Hey guys, welcome to my review of the DJI Mini 3. I've been using this drone for about 3 weeks now, so whilst I'm talking I'm going to play some footage over the top of what I've captured so far. I previously owned the Air 2S, which is a fantastic drone with really good image quality. So it was a difficult decision, like, do I get another drone? Is it another, this will be my 5th drone. I had to think to myself, am I just FOMOing into this? Or is it going to revolutionise the type of content I can produce? Let's discuss. The main thing, the obvious thing, it's under 250 grams, 249. So the flight restrictions, it opens up a whole new world of where you can film. So much in the past I've been in situations where like, I wish I could fly here, I could capture some really good shots, and I just can't. Let's compare the quality of both drones, but also the opportunity to fly. Hopefully this will help you figure out which is the best drone for you between the Air 2S and the Mini 3. So the Air 2S does have slightly superior video quality. It's got a 5.4K, but the Mini 3 isn't too far behind, I feel. Having looked at the footage, I would say it's a close affair. It's a close affair. But you've got to think about the opportunity. Where can you actually take these drones out? It's considerably more opportunity to fly with the Mini 3. So this is my reasoning, this is my thinking behind why I got the Mini 3 when I already have the Air 2S. The image quality isn't quite as good as the Air 2S, but the difference isn't so much. It's maybe, let's give the Air 2S 9 out of 10. And we'll give this an 8.5. You just can't crop in afterwards. You haven't got the 5.4K where you can keep the 4K footage. But I'm willing to live with that. The other slight disadvantage with this drone is the wind resistance. So the Air 2S, let's say you're really into mountaineering, I have to recommend that drone still. Now, when I'm going out to find locations to film, the last thing I want to do is get into some sort of drone confrontation where people are coming up to me, you're not allowed to fly here, rah, 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 rah. Security are coming up to you. Now, I can't guarantee this drone won't, that will never happen with this, but I feel because it's so much quieter, the chances are significantly reduced from any drone I've had before. If you've got the Mini 2, this is just slightly quieter, so there's not a huge difference. But for me, where I've come from, big difference. I do think the new remote's quite cool, and if you guys have gone out and bought it or you're planning on getting it, I'm not going to discourage you as such, I'm just going to tell you why I didn't get it. I think for the value is decent. When you think you've got a screen built in, you can get anti-glare protection, you don't have to worry about sun hoods, which I'm going to have to do. It's good value, £200 more roughly if you get the package. If you buy the remote separately, it's a bit more expensive. You're able to record what you're doing on the screen, which for doing tutorials is a game changer. But the reason I didn't get it is I've already got this, and I want to keep the cost of the drone down. You know, I'd rather put the cost of the screen towards an actual trip to getting the footage. And also another big factor is, remember the Mavic, those of you that have been around for a while, remember the Mavic Air original? You kept your drone, when you're going abroad, just in a small little case like this. And then you keep the remote separately. You can put this in your luggage, which reduces the footprint. If you've got to protect the screen of your remote, then you've got to get a separate case, which then is more of a commitment when you're flying abroad. I'll talk a little bit about the portrait mode, which is, it's the first drone ever to be able to, it actually rotates the gimbal from landscape to portrait, which is really cool, and it creates some amazing, for people viewing on their phones, it's a surprise. Some of my friends have even been like, did you actually create this? They're not used to seeing footage like this. So who is this drone for? I think it's for a really broad range of people. I think even for a beginner, you're able to film in normal mode as well as de-ceiling-like. You've got return to home, you've got obstacle avoidance, apart from at the sides. So just be a little bit careful when you're starting out that you're aware of what's with the quick shot modes in particular, that you're not going to run into a building here, because the drone will not tell that. And this drone, it's not the build quality. I think because of the weight restrictions, to keep this under 250 grams, it is slightly cheaper feeling. So let's say this hits a building on the side, it's gonna be gone. You're gonna be contacting Care Refresh if you've gone for that option, which I would recommend, by the way. It is more expensive than the Mini 2, which is, if you've bought that drone, it's still a very solid drone, it's good to learn on. But the thing with this is it allows you to grow into, as you improve, you've then got de-cinning. Like, you might not want to use de-cinning like straight away, but it gives you that scope to improve and eventually get to have a more professional result. It's a prosumer drone. Gives me the high quality images, 10-bit color, de-cinning like, good enough video quality. I can put it in the bag. It's quiet enough where it's not gonna, let's say I do film a wedding, it's not gonna cause too much of a distraction amongst the guests, etc. I can capture my establishing shots of the wedding venue without causing a big hoo-ha where everyone's gathering around the drone. So in conclusion, should you get this drone? It's as though the Mini 2 and the Air 2S got together, they matched on Tinder, things went well. Down the line, they're having a baby, which is the Mini 3. Within the restrictions, you're getting the kind of the best of both worlds. There's a slight drop in the image quality from the Air 2S, slightly not as good as wind resistance, but within the restrictions, it's a really good and fun drone to use. Now, the only thing I would say is, if you're gonna go for this drone, have a plan. Where are you gonna take this? Where are you gonna fly it? Remember, it is just a tool. It's not, the technology is brilliant, but ultimately it comes down to your motivation. You don't want to get this drone and have it sat on the shelf, because 18 months time, DJI, whenever it is, they're going to come out with new technology we probably haven't even thought of we need. And suddenly everyone's talking about that drone. So I'm really glad I bought this. I've had so much fun with it, but I feel like you're almost on a clock with DJI. They release drones so quickly. To be able to justify it, you have to go out and capture footage in that time frame before the next drone comes out. And it does take a lot of work going out, getting to locations, but it's worth it. In this day and age, most people are sat on their phones, swiping through viral videos of dogs on skateboards or whatever. With a drone, you're getting out there, you're getting exercise, you're getting to see the world, you're seeing things from different angles you would never see before. It's amazing. It's such an amazing either hobby or a job. Maybe it starts out as a hobby, turns into a job. So I'd encourage anyone to get into drones. If you already have the Mini 2, it's still a very capable drone, and you can work on your skills, get better over time, and eventually, whenever you're ready, whenever you can afford it, then you can step it up to the next level. So thank you guys, hope you enjoy your footage and let me know how it goes.